Hey folks, how's it going today? It's Robert here. We're just out for a little hike out in my neighborhood. It's like, I don't know, it's like the 22nd of February or something. We got a bit of snow. And just out doing a bit of snowshoeing and out having some fun. I'm going to do a bow drill fire, mess around. I got my bow drill on my back there, so we'll go do a bow drill fire, maybe, I don't know, talk. Dash Riprock was doing a video for somebody's channel there that they were doing just explaining some of your stuff in your childhood growing up and talking about you know, your most memorable moments as a kid growing up being out in the woods and stuff. Well, he told a story there about how they used to shoot a lot of stuff as kids, right? They used to shoot snakes and birds and all that kind of stuff, frogs, and I mean, I think we did too. I probably wasted 1 million rounds of ammunition on different critters and tell about the age of 12. And I shot a robin one time. It was early in the spring. There was, I do believe, still snow on the ground early in the spring, and my grandfather happened to be standing in the alders down in the woods about, I need to be 100 feet away from me. I didn't really see him. He was always messing around in the woods. So anyway, needless to say, he came out, he's like, "Good shot, boy." Right? Shot the robin, fell, killed it pretty much instantly, right? He says, "Good shot, boy." And I'm like, all proud of myself and everything and thinking, oh, that's cool. Grampy thinks I'm a good shot. Right? So he goes over and picks the bird up. He says, "Come on." And I'm thinking, what is he doing with the bird, right? And he takes it home. He takes it out in the yard. He breaks it all open, pulls the breast out of it and everything. And he takes it in the house. He says, "Come on in." And I'm thinking, what is he doing with this old dirty robin, right? And he takes it, he takes his knife out of his pocket, and he slices it into strips, man, off of the breast, and he takes out a little cast iron frying pan, puts it on the propane stove, turns it on, cooks her all up, he puts it on a plate, and he says, "Here, enjoy it." And I'm thinking, what? And I mean, I was a fussy eating kid, like I'd hardly eat anything. He said, "Now you're going to eat every bit of it." And he said, "And you're going to enjoy it." And he says, "The next time you shoot something," he said, "you better be prepared to eat it." And I tell you, it's one of the life lessons that I learned young as a kid. You know, don't shoot anything unless you're planning on eating it, and don't kill it unless you're planning on eating it. I mean, it's one of the most valuable lessons my granddad ever taught me. And I sat there and ate that whole robin, and actually it wasn't really all that bad, right? Because it was no different than rabbit meat or any of that kind of stuff. And I mean, I always did like meat. But I was some glad I wasn't shooting an old snake or an old toad or frog or something, because that wouldn't have been real good, man, because holy, I wouldn't want to eat a frog or a snake. So anyway, that's my little story about my granddad, and I hope you enjoy that rip and Dash Riprock. So buddy, I'll talk to you later. Here really makes good tinder for starting fires. This stuff too makes a real good coal extender. So this stuff burns just like, almost like cotton, when it lights up. So I'll put some of that in my pocket, and that'll help get my fire going for my tinder bundle. Same as this stuff here too, the leaves off of that stuff, nice and dry, nice and dry. So I thought mostly all the buds for the rose hips were gone, but actually come across a patch over here, they're still pretty good. So, and you're talking, this is into February, so you know, you're talking easy to make something to drink, keep you from getting scurvy or whatever it keeps you from getting. Plus it's good, this stuff's good for fighting colds. There's so many vitamins in this, it's awesome stuff, And don't take many of these, handful of them, you throw that and boil it in a cup, and you got yourself some awesome tea. So I'm going to do that, take that with me, and I'll boil that up too. Hey folks, check it out. I don't know exactly what this stuff is, but there's a fair amount of it laying around here. It doesn't seem like hardwood, because it's like, it's really soft. It might be baby popple, I'm thinking, because man, it is light, but this stuff is like, feels like it's so dry. And I don't know if it is, but I'm going to try to make an emergency bow drill set out of that, using that for my spindle and that for my board. I'll split it down. It should be enough that I can make a board and spindle out of it and see if we can't produce a coal with it. Alright, now this is something you'd use in an emergency situation if you didn't have no fire starter and only had some cordage, which you should never be in that situation, but you never know what's going to happen, right? So, and I can dent this pretty easy with my fingernail. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it'll dent. Like, I can dent it pretty easy. See that? So we'll see how it works. Anyway, I'll be back. So let's see what we can do with it. Let's see if we can make a coal with this. Hey? Let's see if we can make a coal. This will make set. Might be rough to do. Stuff's pretty soft. Real soft, so might be too soft, eh? See how it's splintering away? Breaking away already. Haven't even started spinning it. Might be too soft. Like, too soft, eh? Come on. Nope, too soft. Can't even get it to start spinning. It's so soft. No, that's too soft, eh? Won't work. Too soft. Core's too soft on it. Core was a little bit harder. Probably wouldn't have been too bad, eh? But it's just too soft. It's like so soft it isn't even funny. So, oh well. That was a no-no. So, let's see if we can get one going with this. Let me try it for a spindle and we'll see what happens. Let's see if we do it with a harder board at the bottom. Hopefully it's tinned. See what we got now. That ain't no good either. Too soft. Too soft. See if we can't blow it into flame. There's the fire. Cook kit. Forgot to bring water. That's interesting. That's not very smart. Well, that's what snow is for. Snow. That's what snow's for. This little stove has got the winter kit on it, so technically when you put the pot on, it's not supposed to gloat. Good for melting snow, right? With condensation, so good for melting snow. Actually, I think the tea. Oops. My rose hips. Dropping right in. Filter it with this when it's done. Well, folks, what a beautiful day to be out in the woods. Making some rose hip tea right off of the rose vine, eh? Good for what ails you. Sounds like something moving around over there. Actually burnt my hand. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but burn it right there. Slipped off of the bone and burn it pretty good. Hurts. Some snow. Take the pain a little bit. Help cool it down a burn. It's better to use water. You don't want to leave the snow on too long because it'll cause can cause frostbite, which is just as bad as a burn, right? So you just kind of rub it on. Takes the pain right out of it. Not that it was pain in that bag, because not a wimp. I don't have much to say today. Gotta love these alcohol stoves. I think they're the best things going. That's sitting on my Altoids tin, one of my fire kits, so it doesn't sink into the ground with the snow. No windscreen to speak of. The snow's just about all melted. A little bit of dirt in it. Debris. Definitely have to boil this water to disinfect it. Should be alright. This is the time of year for runny noses, eh? And snuffing. I apologize. Can't help it though, I guess. Yeah, well, that piece of wood, I definitely didn't work very good for that bow drill, did it? Too soft. So my cup, took the handle off and plugged the outside of it with epoxy, where the holes were. $2 store tin cups that were only like $1.50 a piece, but it really works good as a double boiler. You guys have seen that in the bread Bannock making bagels. So nest right inside my other cup and don't weigh nothing. And it's good to have two cups anyway. One to cook in, one to eat out of, right? So it worked pretty good. Block the wind a little bit. Not really too windy out, but still. Gosh, it's a nice day out. Helicopter. I was hoping I'd see that little ferret that's living over in there. The small guy was sitting over there. First of hunting season, he'd come out, popped up within he was within 1.5 to 2 feet of me. Looking at me, popping his head around. Yeah. Cute little guy. He's living over there underneath a pile of creosote posts. The other day down in Brookfield, they had it hooked up to a big rig for like a metal detector. It's a huge thing for metal detecting for when we're looking for gold and driving around, flying around looking for gold. Which is pretty crazy. Yeah, that's turning into a fine concoction. It's pretty dark. Get over there. You guys know how I roll with the sugar. Sugar's natural, but oh yeah, that's like you, man. You couldn't get stuff this good out of the store. Gosh, that's yummy. Check out the color on that. I see if you can see it. Doing this. That is absolutely a beautiful color. It's pretty yummy looking and very, very tasty. Very, very, very hot. Anyway, folks, Robert here saying goodbye. You guys have a great day and get out there and enjoy nature. You guys know how fun it is. Anyway, check you all later on the next one. Thanks.